We are CCS, we are the best. Achieving educational excellence for every student. From classrooms to the stars above, we do it all with pride and love. We are CCS, we are CCS. Together we strive, we are the best.
This is your home for inspiration and information. We're 1600 AM and 99.7 FM, and this is Let's Talk Education. Let's Talk Education is a new monthly feature radio program highlighting all things Cumberland County schools. I'm your co-host, Dr. Shanessa Fenner.
And I'm your co-host, Robert Bricky.
And today we have two handsome men as guests. And Brick, you know you're handsome too, baby. But we've got two handsome men as guests. We have Rusty Hinton, who's the general manager of Lafayette Ford and Lafayette Lincoln. And once again, Dr. Lindsay Whitley, associate superintendent of Cumberland County Schools, communications and community engagement. Welcome, fellas.
Thank you so much for having us.
And thank you for coming. Now, today we're going to discuss the power of volunteers and community partners. Now, we all love to use the saying, it takes a village to raise our students, and it does. It takes parents, teachers, principals, community partners, business partners, everybody, grandmamas, uncles, everyone. It takes a village to raise our students. So today we're going to talk about the importance of having those community partners and those volunteers to add, of course, to the education of our babies. Now, Dr. Lindsay, I first want to start off and talk a little bit about why is it so important to have dedicated community partners and volunteers?
Well, you hit the nail on the head when you talked about it takes a village. When we think about Cumberland County Schools, we're here for student success. And we have phenomenal educators, we have staff members, we have parents and families, and they're all doing their role. But guess what? We need our committed community as well. And so when you think about all of the many different ways that we have needs in our schools, and sometimes they're monetary, but sometimes they're just volunteer opportunities. There's some gaps, so to speak, that need to be filled. And so we have been tremendously blessed here in Cumberland to have so many committed community partners. And I like to think about it as a school improvement thing, because once again, it takes a village. So when we think about student achievement, when we think about students doing well in the classroom, and even the morale of our educators, all of those things improve when we have a strong community behind us.
Dr. Lindsay, we have in studio a community partner, Mr. Rusty Hinton. Rusty, we talked about this a little bit off air. What made your organization get involved with Cumberland County Schools?
Well, like we were talking about before we got on air, and again, thank you guys for having me on and invite me to such a wonderful thing here. And being part of the community is huge and near and dear to our heart. Mm-hmm. So again, going back to what we're talking about, Mr. Don Price, he was the original owner of our store. He served in the Air Force there for 4 years, and with that, he kind of developed a need to help the military and the military families out. And from that, it moved into how else can we get committed into help out in the community. Mm-hmm. And with that, we kind of nailed down two items: the education of the students in Cumberland County and helping out the administrators and all, and helping out the military as well, because they kind of go hand in hand. So and from there and being around him, I just kind of continued to carry that torch. Mm-hmm. My mom was a school teacher for 35 years, so dinner table conversations, right. you kind of know the ins and outs and a little bit of what the schools need, and right. So whether it be school supplies or a backpack drive or things along those lines.
Okay. Now, Doc, what kind of volunteer opportunities are available for people who want to be involved?
So we have numerous opportunities for community members to be involved. When you think about opportunities to be a mentor, There's some young people at our school who, they just sometimes need another caring adult to come and ask them about their day, maybe to eat lunch with them, to encourage them to behave or to do well on their test. And just based on research, we know the power of effective mentors in our schools. There's some other people you'd be like, you know what? I don't think I want to have that one-on-one with a child. Maybe I want to do it with a group. We also have some folks that they have this expertise in a certain area. They want to come and volunteer at the school. Maybe there are some things that need to be done in the front office, or helping to relieve a class for a few minutes, or work in the class, or make copies. There's so many different opportunities. And so those are just a few. I want to encourage everyone to visit the Cumberland County Schools website, because we have a detailed listing on that website. And that's ccs.k12.nc.us. Once again, that's ccs.k12.nc.us. But once again, mentorship, volunteering in a classroom, helping with supplies, donating your time. We actually have some individuals, they come to support our teachers, and they write them notes every month, or during teacher appreciation, they come and let them know that there's a community rooting behind them. And so once again, I hope you're starting to see the connection. It feels good. It's nice. We're glad that they're doing it, but they are directly impacting the success of our schools, and that's really what it's all about.
Mr. Hinton, over the years, what kind of impact have you seen your partnership make on students or schools?
I like what Dr. Whitley said. He kind of went over a lot of the things that kind of are a devotion of time and there, and from a business standpoint, just being involved and engaged in the community. We kind of help out from a little more of a financial standpoint. That helping out with FFA scholarships with some of the schools, like we talked about, book bag drives, school supply drives, athletic programs, helping up keeping up some of the keeping up some of the fields, or helping out with uniforms and things like those for the schools. Some of it is going back to the teachers, helping out with back to school events, whether it be helping out with a luncheon where you buy T-shirts and get everybody, get all the teachers and the administration excited about getting back to school. And so we help out with a few of the schools with kind of kickoff parties, so to speak, to kind of show appreciation and value of the teachers and the administration in the school. Other one, and this one kind of lends itself to what we do, kind of helping out with some of the trade programs in the school. I know like Westover has the body shop program, and E. Smith has a mechanical program. So kind of helping them get supplies and things for those trade programs, and get some of those students ready for life after they get out of school. So. From the business side of things, if you want to get monetarily involved and not just a devotion of time, just get with. I'm sure Dr. Whitley can point you some of the directions, or Kathy Mathis, or any one of the principals or administrators at those schools. If your kids go to a local school or any of those things, just kind of getting involved and helping out from a business side of things.
And to be clear, we need both. we want you to come and volunteer with your time, but we need those checks. And Mr. Hinton, I don't want to overstep, but I do want to share. They're very modest. His dealership, they have been long-standing supporters of the school system. For years, they've supported our Teacher Principal of the Year programs, educator support programs. Just recently, this year, they've actually been to our schools to change the oil for our teachers and staff.
Yes, and I love this so much.
And there's just a whole list of things. And just recently, Mr. Hinton and his dealership, they were the recipients of our Committed Community Support Award, which is really the highest honor that we bestow upon community partners for their support. But I want to say that all makes a difference. We often talk about how in 2025, we never know what anybody is going through. And so we think think about our educators who come in each and every day, our students who come in each and every day, and to have committed community support partners coming in, giving back of their resources and their time, it really does make a difference. And that's not a cliche. I mean, it really does. Sometimes it's those small gestures that have a huge impact.
Exactly. Now, Lindsay, how does Cumberland County Schools make sure that the volunteers are matched with opportunities that align with their interests?
That's very important. Oftentimes we'll get a call. Kathy Mathis, who's our community engagement person, she'll come to my office and we'll get a call for someone that they have this great idea and they want to go to one of our schools, and that may not quite align with the needs of the school.
Right.
And so what we have done is each school year we have the opportunity to do a needs assessment. And so Dr. Fenner can attest to this. We often will send out that survey the early part of the year. We basically ask principals, what are your needs from the community? And for some of them, there's monetary support that's needed. Some of them need volunteers. They need in-classroom support. But the reason why we try to get all 86 schools to complete that is because we want to be able to clearly let our community partners know, here are the needs. And so on the website, on the CCS website, now by school, we have all of the needs listed.
Wow.
So if you're at your laptop right now, if you have your smartphone, it's mobile friendly, go to ccs.k12.nc.us. There's a button on the website for community, and you can actually go and see what does the school in my neighborhood need, or wherever you want to volunteer. And so what we try to do then is we try to encourage our volunteers and partners to align with the needs of the school, and that's where we partner them up, and voila, you have a support for our students and our educators.
Rusty, can you share a favorite moment or memory that has affirmed your commitment to supporting CCS? You mentioned off air you get to see Dr. Black and some of the educators that are retired because they still come in the dealership, and I'm sure that brings back heartfelt memories, but share something that's personal to you.
So not only is our leadership team and the owners of the store kind of do some financial support. We have some of our employees have taken it upon themselves to go. One in particular was a sales guy for us named Ken Pinto. He kind of, one of his things, he likes to mentor at-risk youth is kind of one of his passions. And he had put together a soccer program at Walker Spivey. This is years ago. I can't remember what year it was. And he said, Rusty, and you got to come down. You coach soccer, and your kid. You had 3 kids play soccer, and I coached them all the time. He said, you got all the equipment, and everything. Come out and help me one day at Walker Spivey. It was during the school day and during the work day, and I said, all right, I'll make time and I'll do it. And I went down. I brought like 20 soccer balls, and we were there at the school, and the kids were out there. We had them all in a room. Put a soccer ball at each one of the kids' feet, and just started playing and teaching them soccer. Right. And just the excitement just from the kids there, just getting to just be there exercising, having a good time, and just kind of how they opened up and they start, what do you do, and how did you get to manage a car dealership, and just kind of chit chatting with them, and it was very eye opening, and it was. I genuinely just had a fantastic time, and I'd see Mr. Pinto. He'd go along and he'd see one that wasn't paying quite good attention, and he'd scoot over and just start talking to him and mentoring them and kind of bringing them back and finding out about them, and just through athletics, just able to have conversations with the little kids about doing good in school, and it was just it was a great time. So it was kind of just a neat memory, and I felt, the kind of joy and the impact they were having on those little kids, even in that hour, just getting to know them. There was just a lot of fun.
So sounds like a very rewarding experience.
It was, absolutely.
Now, Lindsay, what would you say to a person who wants to volunteer? They want to make a difference.
Or
But they're
a
not-
donation.
Yes.
But they're not sure if they have enough time or have the resources. What would you say to them?
I would say every little bit helps. So whether you have a little bit or whether you have much, we're big on clarifying expectations. And so there's some people that come and say, all I have is 30 minutes each month. And so what we encourage when we connect them with our schools, if you're willing to come to one of our schools for 30 minutes each month, let's just make sure when they get there that their time is well spent and that they can be put to use. And so some people, and it, to us is huge. Is huge. They may say, well, here's a small donation. Well, no, that put books in a kid's hand, or that provided snacks for a teacher staff meeting. And so I would just say, whatever you have to give, whatever you're willing to give, we will accept it and we will honor it. And ultimately, our educators and students will benefit from it. So just reach out. That's why I encourage you to just reach out to the website. I was going to say they're not paying me to say that, but I guess technically they are since I'm employed by the school system.
Well,
But
I'll say it for you.
Okay.
www.ccs.k12.nc.us.
yes, go to the website because that's a good place to go to peruse the opportunities.
Right.
And if you're very busy, if you're in and out of the state, just wherever you can fit in, there's room for you.
Rusty, what would you say to other community members or businesses who are considering getting involved with CCS?
I would just say, I guess first off is just get involved, get active, get to know your community, get to know the local schools and the administrators around you. As Dr. Whitley said, whether you have a little or a lot, don't put any conditions on it. Just ask where you're needed and let them decide, because they know better than we do where those resources are going to be best needed.
Right.
So don't go, hey, I'd like it to go just this place or that place. Just give it to them and let the pros make the decisions what to do with it, and be engaged, and don't just do business in the community. Be a
Right.
part of the community.
Right.
There.
Okay. Now, Doc, where should an individual go to sign up to become a partner? And will there be a background check? Kind of talk with us about the process.
Yes, so it's totally free. You can go to our website. We have a whole website dedicated to volunteer and community engagement. That's where we list all of the volunteer and community engagement opportunities at each school. But to your point, Dr. Fenner, there is a volunteer background check based on what you're doing at a school. In many cases, there will be a requirement for a background check, because at the end of the day, we want to be safe and keep all of our students safe. But once again, that is totally free of charge to the volunteer or the community member. And so usually that process, within a couple of weeks, you can go to the website. You can
Which is www.ccs.k12.nc.us.
Yes, if you go to that website, there's a community section on the website. You go to community, you go to volunteer programs, and then you can just look up what you want to do. Within 2 weeks' time, we can often have your background check. We can connect you with the school, and you can get started volunteering. And I want to say, it really does make a difference. I often think about young men and even young ladies when they see someone come into their classroom, and sometimes they may have on a suit, they may or may not, but in essence, those are models. They're modeling, and these young people, they are so impressionable. And so when they see someone who's successful, someone who owns a business or who has a car dealership or who maybe wears a suit and tie, it's almost like we're instilling hope and giving them thoughts of what could be in life. And so, because if you go into a classroom, they're going to ask you a million questions.
Right.
And they're going to say, well, what do you do? And da 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 da. What kind of car do you drive? How much money do you make? But at the end of the day, we know and there's some students who every week, when I think about some of the stories we've heard, just that 1 hour, some students who maybe they had a little challenge with discipline, but through that mentor, they make an agreement to say, okay, now I'm coming to eat lunch with you next Monday, and I'm going to talk to your teacher, and I want to make sure that you're on your best behavior. And so we've seen how even through the power of a mentor and just that positive mentor-mentee relationship, how that has a direct impact on even the dynamics of a classroom. And so whether you have a little bit of time or a lot of time, a lot of resources or fewer resources, or even if you just want to be an ambassador. And what I mean by that is you may not have time, but are you attending a church? Are you in a fraternity or a sorority? Or is there another community group that you're in where you know of individuals? What we need you to do is share this information. So if you can text somebody, if you can email them, if you can put it in your church bulletin, I want to say you heard it here first. Here in Cumberland County Schools, we need the support of our committed community, and we thank you. It's not like we don't have it, because we have thousands of partners already and community supporters, but there's still room at the table for you. So go to the website. And what's that website, Dr. Fenner?
www.ccs.k12.nc.us.
Thank you.
Rusty, thank you for being here today. Thank you for what Lafayette Forward and Lafayette Lincoln do in this community to partner with CCS, make this place a better place for young people. That's ultimately what you're doing, is impacting young lives. So thank you. Any closing thoughts?
First off, the Price and the Fisher family at the store, they just behind the scenes, they do a lot of blessings for the community. So I'm thankful to work with folks and be able to represent folks like the family there, and they allow me to get out and be involved and kind of take on passion projects like this that I get excited about and help the community, and it makes our staff proud to be involved in the community, and be involved with the schools, and it makes them proud to wear a Lafayette Forward shirt, because we do the kind of things that we do in the community. And I just thank you guys, and thank you, Dr. Whitley and Dr. Fenner, kind of raising our future leaders and future community, there. So I thank you guys, and I appreciate you having me.
And once again, it's important for volunteers and partners, because they make a real lasting difference in the lives of our future students. And of course, some of those benefits entail academic success, stronger student engagement, and more connected communities. Of course, we give a heartfelt thank you to those who already give to the Cumberland County school systems and your time and resources that support Cumberland County schools. Of course, listeners, we want you to take the next step, whether it's signing up to volunteer, forming a partnership, or simply reaching out to learn more. And you can do that, of course, at www.ccs.k12.nc.us. Together, we'll be building stronger schools and a brighter future for every student. So once again, thank you, audience, for listening to Let's Talk Education. I'm your co-host, Dr. Shanessa Fenner.
And I'm your co-host, Robert Brickey.
And we'd like to thank once again Rusty Hinton and Dr. Lindsay Whitley. Have a good one.
Thank you.
From classrooms to the stars above, we do it all with pride and love. We are CCS. We are CCS. Together we strive, we are the best. We are CCS. From successful students, premier pros, an exceptional environment where learning grows. Committed community, hand in hand. In Cumberland, we understand every challenge we face head on. With excellence, we carry on. Innovation in every class. Integrity that's built to last. We are CCS, we are the best. Achieving educational excellence for every student. From classrooms to the stars above, we do it all with pride and love. We are CCS. We are CCS. Together we strive, we are the best. Codes don't matter, we accept them all. We work together and we stand tall. We are CCS, we are CCS, achieving education with excellence. We are the best. So when the going gets tough and days are long, we remember we are CCS.